Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, Avatar: The Legend of Korra, Season 1, Episode 6. Yes, I guess this is a direct continuation of the last episode. In the last episode, it was more of a, I think I call it a double love triangle. I think I call it that because, yeah, it was between Mako, between Bolin and Korra, and oh god, I forgot her name. But anyway, yeah, it was fun, but it was kind of depressing to see Bolin be treated like that. This is something I always have in mind while watching that episode. Is just the only poor soul that I see there is Bolin. Why not the other girl? Because the other girl didn't even notice that they were having this kind of relationship problems. But Bolin really was in the center of all this, and he was the most affected. Because yeah, the betrayal of a brother, the betrayal of the girl you like, I wouldn't be able to forgive Korra or Mako that easily. And yes, I read one of your comments said, okay, yes, the only problem I have is that the friendship continue way too soon. Perhaps a little bit more of drama. And I agree. After watching it more times, after finishing the recording, yes, I kind of feel the same way that it ended way too soon. Perhaps more drama will be a little bit more realistic or better. But I guess they are concentrated on showing us a tournament that honestly we don't feel that much about it. And this is something I'm going to say. Yes, I'm going to be happy if they win, but I wouldn't really care that much if they lose. Why I said this? Because the tournament is just the background. The tournament is not the core point of the last few episodes. Yes, we have been speaking about it, but it's not that important, at least in my opinion. So I think they should have concentrated more on the drama between friends and lovers and girlfriends, boyfriends, or perhaps they are not even going to be that. But they should have concentrated more on that and leave the tournament in the background, just there. I don't know how. Perhaps I'm speaking way too much before watching the episode. And yes, I have received lessons about that. Okay, you speak about something, and it turns out that it was something completely different. That was the point or the core point of the episode. So yes, before I make a lot more mistakes or perhaps more predictions, I don't know. Let's cut the presentation short. And let me just remind you that if you enjoy the content of the channel, please consider a subscription. Let's make this quick. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want. Leave a comment so I know what you think about the episode and yada yada yada. And yes, the link for my Twitter is in the description below, alongside with the Patreon. Anyway, yes, let's cut all of this and watch the episode, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the sixth episode of the first season of Korra. Again, I want to repeat this because, yeah, this show has a tendency of, when I think they are doing something wrong, or at least that they are wrong, or at least I feel that they are wrong, that they are doing it the worst possible decision, the episode comes and, yeah, it changed my mind. It shut me up. And this was one of those occasions when I thought that they are going to concentrate way too much in the tournament, because that is what I thought was going to happen. They delivered this episode. Again, yeah, so far for us, the tournament is not important. It's irrelevant even. It's just an excuse for us to meet these two new characters, these new pro benders. Obviously, I'm referring to Bolin and Mako, and for us to have a little bit of a rivalry with this asshole, which I don't even remember his name. And honestly, I did not even bother to write it down. So yeah, that asshole. And that's it. To have a concentration of people. What else if a sporting event? In this case, a final of a sporting event. At least the most important event for this city. So we have our excuse to have a lot of people gathering together in this place. And that's what literally was. It's just the background. It's just a little bit of the sport so you can feel like this is the important part, but actually what is going to happen after it is the real point of the episode. Because yes, as I said during my presentation, the sports, we don't know enough about the sports for it to take center, for it to be just the principal point as I thought it was going to happen. It's just honestly irrelevant, because if it was, I don't know, a sport anime or a sport animation, yeah, of course, it's the sport is the main point, but this is a story of an avatar. There must be something else, there must be conflict. We want to see these powers to be used for something more exciting than sports. In the context, obviously, of the animation. Again, if it was a sport anime, yeah, sure, I'd go for it. I love sports anime. Even if they are filled with the brain with cliches, they are fun, they are entertaining, they are not over exaggerated. Perhaps that is what I like the most, that they are very exaggerated. But this is not the case, and especially how this animation has been treating the sport is just, again, the background. I don't think, or perhaps we have, if we have, I don't remember, but I don't think we have seen an entire match of this sport without any cuts. Yeah, we can cut from time to time with the characters to say something, or the magic of friendship or something like that, but the match is the important part. And I don't think we have seen something like that. The matches end up very quickly, most of them end up very quickly. Only if there is a relevant point for said match is kind of slow. But again, the important is not the match, the important is the characters, is the important part. And if they win or they lose, it's just, again, an excuse to keep moving the plot where we want it. And that is what it should be. And that is what they did. They actually just took the plot, they took these matches, like, okay, yes, this is the excuse for them to keep going on this situation, and the situation in which we want it. For the avatar to be relevant for these moments, we need to build up that relevance, which is something I appreciate. Again, I did not see it back then, I see it now. So yeah, that's the poor excuse I have for me not to see what the show really wanted to portray in these couple of episodes. I still sustain the idea that the friendship was meant way too quick. Yeah, perhaps a little bit more time, but I think it's sufficient enough. It's not the best, no, it's sufficient enough. That mending of friendship. Moving on. Obviously, I'm going to speak briefly about the Bad Wolves, I think it was. I want to speak briefly about that, because yes, they were portrayed as douchebags, especially the one who has the boys, because he's the leader, so he's the biggest douchebag of them all. And he just said, oh, okay, I'm going to win and I'm going to do whatever I want. And obviously there are two options here. Either they bought the judges to say, okay, yeah, we are not cheating, or they took advantage of the plan of Amon. Why I said this? For the speech that Amon said. Amon said that you praise the bullies that defeat the enemy by cheating, by doing something illegal, by being the worst type of sports person that you could imagine. And you are praising them. And I think this fits quite well in the speech of Amon. These douchebags need to win, and you need to make them obvious. Even the more obvious, the better. Because that way, our message is going to be stronger. So there are two possibilities here. Either they bought it, or they took advantage of the plan, or somebody else, or hell, even a combination of both. Perhaps Amon gave them the money to buy the judges. Okay, buy them, guarantee your victory. I want to see you victorious for a 4th year. So you're going to cheat, and the judges are not going to say anything. Perhaps it's that too, because there are all these possibilities, and even if I concentrate on two, perhaps there is a third one or a fourth one. I don't know. So yes, that is the point. Again, the speech of Amon. Amon wanted this to happen. But if we go to the other route that canceling the sport event, Amon will have won either way. So yeah, whatever happened, Amon had the upper hand in this case. Amon was going to win no matter what, because yeah, see how easily they bend to my will. Just we are so powerful. We as chi blockers, we as this revolution, we are too strong that even the councilmen are scared of us. So we already won and we can go on full on war against the city. Or what happened in the episode, okay, yes, we won, we take away, and even your best could not against me. So yeah, Amon was in a win-win situation in this case. So no matter what happened, no matter how you see it, Amon was going to win. And he almost did without a scratch. He lost some members, and I think important members. I don't know what happened to the guy that Korra knocked down in the end. He is one of the main bad guys, let's say, one of the main lieutenants of Amon. I don't know if they're going to capture him, if he's going to be able to escape. I don't know, but he lost something. I don't know if this is enough to compensate what the heroes really lost. But at least he didn't go just, I don't know, unscratched. So yeah, we're going to see that in the next episode, or I don't know when. But yes, again, this situation is ideal for Amon because he's showing off just how powerful he is. And non-benders that are on the fence are going to say, sure, let's go join this guy because he has more power than our own government. Screw our government, let's go join him. And this is going to be a full-on war. I don't know which consequences this civil war is going to happen within the city, but I'm intrigued to see that. I'm intrigued to see how this is going to be developed. Now, let's move on to perhaps not as grand as what we speak, but let's speak about characters again. I love how we got more information about Tencent and about Lin, if I'm not mistaken, Beifong, Chief of Police Beifong. They have a past, a romantic past from what we can see from this episode. So I want to know more about them. I want to know more about this romantic relationship, how it ended, how Tencent ended up with his current wife, why did this happen, how was the relationship, everything. I want to know more about these characters. I want to know more. And ironically, I want to know more about them than I want to know more about Korra. Korra is still not among my favorites. I appreciate her more, sure, but I don't know. I don't feel like Korra is that intriguing. Let's say I like how badass she is, but still there is something else missing for me, and I don't know how to explain that. So that's why I want to know more about these other characters. And Korra is not the only one. I still don't feel that much appreciation for Mako. Mako again, he has his moments, but I don't like him that much. I like more Bolin. I like more Tencent. I like more the Chief of Police, Beifong. I don't know, I like these characters more, and I want to know more about these characters. Perhaps it's just me, perhaps I don't know what I am looking for into these characters that I cannot find them, but I find these secondary characters more fascinating. Again, I don't know how this show is going to be evolving. Hopefully it's going to give me something else for me to attach to Korra, because I really want to like her, to love her just as much as I like Aang. And perhaps it's that. Perhaps they are trying to say, okay, I'm going to make you like her just as much as Aang, but it's going to take time. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to think about this. Now, before I am finished, because yes, I am almost over, I want to speak about a character in special. The councilman that is always against Tencent, except this last time. I don't recall his name. The Water Tribe councilman. I don't know if he is with Amon or he is just a very crafty politician. because his decisions have been, I don't know, weird for me. Yes, I understand that he wanted to protect his political life by not risking the innocent lives, and when he got the chance by somebody else take the blame, in this case the chief of police, he took it. I still don't know how to feel about this guy. I think he's very shady. That's the only thing I can feel for certain of him. And I am fascinated by this, because I still cannot read this guy. I don't know if he's just a crafty politician who wants power and doesn't want to take risks, and only when he calculated the risk and say, yes, I can do this, is when he said risk, not for him, for somebody else, or he is with Amon. Because, yeah, perhaps he's with Amon and he is the contact within the council circle, and he has been promised that he's going to be forgiven and his bending is going to be forgiven, and he is going to continue to bend. And yeah, the raids are kind of successful, but I don't know. I still don't know what to feel and what to think about this guy, and I am fascinated by this guy. Anyway, yes, I think I really exhausted the topic of this one. I hope you enjoy it, and let me just remind you that please subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment so I know what you think. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description below, alongside with the Patreon. And yes, I will not take more time of you. I only have to say, well, thank you for your attention, and well, see you on the next one. Bye!
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a like, so the algorithm from YouTube will help me out. And check my other videos, share them, and also why not subscribe to my channel and join this community. And as always, I want to thank you for your attention, your likes, and even your dislikes, your comments, which is something I always look forward to read. And yeah, once more, thanks, and see you on the next one.